Hi guys, it's Jamie here from Jamie and his Whiskey. I thought I'd do a quick video, like a whiskey catch up, to just quickly run down the whiskies that I've tried so far on this channel. I've done 5 reviews so far, so I thought that would be a good number to look back on what I've tried over the last 5 or 6 weeks, just to give you some brief thoughts on them, how they've grown on me since I've tried them. Because a few of the whiskies that I tried were actually like for the first time, and since then I've obviously gone through a few, sampled it a bit more, had a few midweek or late night drinks, and it's given me a chance to reflect on them a bit more. This won't, however, be some long rambling video or anything like that. Hopefully this video will help some of you people who are maybe undecided about what to buy next time for your whiskey purchase. Might help you decide. So sit back and let's get to it. So way back in time, at the end of April, I tried this nice blended scotch called the Peat Monster. It's 46%. Unchill filtered and natural colour. Basically, I recommend this whiskey to anybody who's into their smoky whiskey. You've got to give it a try. It's a nice, strong, well-rounded, balanced, great expression of how Islay whiskies are at their best. Strong, pungent, smoky, well-rounded. There's a bit of medicinal in there. There's bonfire smoke, some lovely citrus fruit character. Overall, you can't really go too far wrong with this if you like your smoky whiskey. If you don't like your smoky whiskey, I recommend you maybe don't start with this one. But if you do, it's a must buy. You can get it for around, well, I think I got it for about, I was quite lucky, I got it for around £40 last time, maybe just over. Depends what deals are on, but if you can get it for under 50 quid, £45, I still reckon it's worth it at that price. The following week, I tried the Deanston 12-year-old. Now, this is a whiskey that, of all the whiskies that I've tried, was the one that I think has grown on me the most. When I first started it was a tiny bit on the sweet side for me, if I'm fair. It was fresh out of the bottle. It was a neck pour, and I enjoyed it a lot. I really did. But since then, since trying it, since adding since experimenting with the water, this really has become a sort of like every other night. It's been a little treat for me having a couple, and wow, it's so nice. You can really experiment with this whiskey. I found over time, especially in the aftertaste, you get this lovely, almost a buttery salted popcorn kind of note out of it. It's just a really well made, well done, interesting, full flavoured whiskey. It really is a full flavoured one. You can add quite a lot of water to it, and it's strange. You just can't drown this whiskey. It's bottled at a really respectable 46% again. It's unchill filtered and it's natural colour as well. It just does everything right in my view. I can't see anybody not liking this one. It's a good all-rounder. If you want a good value, strong, expressive sweet whiskey, go for the Deanston 12. And it is great value for money as well. I got it for about 37 quid. You can't go wrong. Okay, third review. That was of the Clynelish 14. Again, another whiskey that was bottled, I believe, I think it was at 46% again. So a good ABV. This whiskey for me was like a really refined whiskey. It wasn't one of these whiskies that you drink and you're hit all of a sudden by this one character that defines the whiskey like other ones are. You had to hunt around for the flavours and take a bit of time with it. But this whiskey is so smooth. I can't believe how smooth it is. It's kind of so gentle in a way as well, but it's still packed with flavour. It's a really nice whiskey, and you can really taste the 14 years in it. It's just rounded it out a bit more, taken away that young spikiness to it, and I really recommend this one as well. Review number 4 was of the Talisker 10 year. This one is the definition of the sea, of a coastal whiskey. I've had Talisker 10 before. I really like it. It's like a salty, briny, seaweedy. Some people unflatteringly say it's like if you take a perfectly good whiskey and leave a dead fish to rot in it for a few years. I think that's a bit unfair. It does have a slightly fishy quality to it, but it's like I get a salted caramel kind of flavour from it. It's a very affordable whiskey. You can get it for under 40 quid in most places, and online. It's worth that as far as I'm concerned. And if it's good enough for James Bond, it's good enough for me. And last but not least, my review on Saturday was of the Caol Ila. That was the Caol Ila 12, bottled at a respectable 43%. And this was the first single malt Islay that I reviewed. It's a lovely autumnal dram, great in the winter as well. It's just sit by the bonfire, smoky whiskey. Yeah, in terms of an Islay whiskey, it's a really it's kind of viewed as a slightly more gentle Islay whiskey. I'm not so sure about that. I still think that it's really got some legs on it, this whiskey. It's but it is smooth. It's nice and smooth. The peat smoke is elegant in it, and it's just a simply fabulous, wonderful single malt. If you want to get into Islay, there are other Islas that you can maybe try first, which are less peated. But as I think I might have said before, if you want to get into peated whiskey, maybe try something like the Talisker 10. There's a one called the Open 14, which is another one which is slightly peated, which is a good step before maybe crossing the water into Islay. Yeah, and the Caol Ila is just a lovely dram overall. All these whiskies that I've talked about today, I've loved in different ways. There isn't a bad one on there. They're all very reasonable, and you can all get them for around between £35 and £45. That tends to be the going rate. The Clynelish actually is probably the most expensive out of all of them. It depends what deals are on at the time, but I think you can get, if you're lucky, a Clynelish for around 45 quid, but it can be going around for £50. But it's a 14-year-old whiskey, and I still think it's worth the money. So thank you very much for tuning in, guys. That was just a quick rundown of the whiskies that I've tried so far. I look forward to catching up with you soon. I'm going to be doing another review over the weekend. So I'll see you then. In the meantime, have a good rest of your week. This is Jamie and his whiskey signing out. Take care. Bye-bye.